Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to TampaLovers.com, the online bird superstore. In today's video, I want to show you guys this magazine that we have. This is a Bird Talk magazine from February 2021. As you guys may know, I have a large collection of Bird Talk magazines that I like to collect and read until this day. So far, this is my favorite magazine ever. It has so much information inside about birds. It's just incredible. I recommend everybody to read this magazine. Everybody that loves birds, that is in the hobby, or that has birds as a pet, or that is a bird lover in general, I recommend this magazine. This is as far my favorite bird magazine so far. They're not in business anymore, so you have to buy them, online, eBay, Amazon, places like that. Or maybe on the marketplace, you can find people that sell these magazines. In the cover of this magazine, we have an African gray. And I want to take the opportunity that you guys are watching this Sunday vlog of TampaLovers.com to let you guys know that we have African gray in stock in our store. We have a location now in Spring Hill, Florida. It's public. It's not closed anymore like the farm that is a private location where we don't allow the public, but we have the retail store open and everybody's welcome to come by. It's on 2116 Mariner Boulevard, Spring Hill, Florida. Okay, our phone number is 813-598-1207. If anybody is interested in an African gray or any other exotic bird or bird in general, excuse me, we have it in our store. So you can feel free to give us a call. If you cannot drive to the store, that's fine. We can ship it to any state in the United States. Now, with that said, I would like to read to you in this magazine. There's an article called From Hands Off to Hands On. From Hands Off to Hands On. This is a beautiful article that I want to share with you guys. It's in page 8. And it's about training your parrot. How to start putting your hands in your parrot. A lot of people don't know that you cannot just start putting your hands in your parrot or your bird in general. It is a process, okay? You cannot just go and grab a bird. And with this, I want to show you the article, and I want to show you who's the article from. This article is by Liz Wilson, CVT, CPBC, and this is from 2011. But like I say, good information is never old information. Okay, so I'm gonna start reading this. You may enjoy your coffee if you're watching this in the morning, and if it's late at night, you may want to enjoy this with me and a cold beer. All right, that you hear in the background is Indian ringnecks that we're hand feeding, and they're almost ready to go. I'm gonna make a video in the store, but it's too noisy, so I cannot really, and I have to do it here at home at the end of the night. All right, so it says Parrot Psychology. Teach Tosh. See if you can go from hands off to hands on. All right, it says, I have often been asked what to do with parrots that don't want to be petted by their humans. This subject is usually brought up as if this was evidence of there being something wrong with a parrot, but this is often not the case at all. When I was still working in an avian and exotic animal hospital, I complained to the veterinarian about the tendency of the rabbits to cut my abdomen with their back feet when I picked them up. Dr. Lisa Clark's response was simple: who picks up rabbits in the wild? This was an epiphany to me. Only predators pick up rabbits in the wild. So if a rabbit isn't thought not to fear being picked up, it likely thinks it's about to die. No wonder they kick me. People walk up to parrots and reach to pet its head like it would a dog. Then their feelings and their fingers are hurt when a bird bites. This is a fast and strong defensive response because parrots are prey animals in the wild. Most parrots are unlikely to allow touch except perhaps from someone they have already learned to trust. It is, after all, their body. Yes, it bite if petted by strangers too. Board certified avian veterinarian Teresa Lightfoot commented in lecture that petting is not a natural thing for parrots. The closest thing to petting for parrot is when they preen each other, called allopering, and it is usually localized to the head and neck. I am not saying it is an awful thing to pet a parrot. I am pointing out how natural it is for many parrots not to wish this sort of contact from people. So, it is not, as many people seem to believe, an aberrant behavior from business to not wish petting. On the contrary. Alright, so there is some weird words there that I have a hard time reading. Alright, so now it says Tish Tosh. Once you have realized expectations about your parent species and individuality, you can begin to work with teaching it how nice toshing can be. I generally start with the feet, making it into a game, washing the parrot's body language closely to make certain I am not aggravating it. I may whisper, touch your toes, and boop as I make contact. The boop is said very softly, but with animation, still watching the bird, I repeat the action. This game can be played through the cage bars as well, and you know the bird is getting a kick out of it if it begins to move closer to better facilitate the contact. Many parrots learn to like food rubs if approached with patience and sensitivity. The next step is touch your beak and boop. Again, these you can play through cage bars. Many parrots enjoy having their beaks rubbed. Once a bird is comfortable with its beak being touched, and my venture generally off the side of beak onto the cheek. Parrots that like this often immediately soften and tightness of their hand feathers, like this. A truly happy parrot might even turn its head upside down and enable you to reach anywhere on its head. And due to the complexities of parrots' sexuality, it is best to stick to petting the head anyway, so you have succeeded. The quick note about African greys and what I call the sucker punch. If your grey puts its head down as if it wants to be petted, it is crucial to look at its eyes. If the bird is looking up at you, raising the impulse to reach for it, this seems to be a gray game. Perhaps play with other grays in the wild. If it looks up at you from the corner of its eye, it likely to nip. If instead its eyes are down, it truly wants to be scratched. With careful observation of the body language and not being too forward on the owner's part, many parrots can learn to enjoy some sort of physical contact from its person. But if you have what aviculturist Phoebe Linden calls a don't touch me parrot, this will have no bearing at all on the depth and enjoyment of your relationship. My husband is like a don't touch me parrot, and after 30 years together, I still like him a lot. Besides, when I am in a touchy feeling mood, I go pet my macaws or one of my little mammals. See? Alright, so what we have learned out of this article is that naturally um, birds are not used to being pet like a dog or a cat. People think it's like a dog or a cat. It doesn't work like that. Birds are not dogs. Birds are not cats. So it's not a natural thing to come rubbing all over the bird's head, and that's what people want to do all the time. And that's, you have to escalate to get that level of trust from your bird, especially if it's a big parrot like an African gray or something like that. And a very important thing to learn here is that the African gray, if it's looking, if you put his head like that, and you start for you to scratch its head, but if it's looking up like that, you're gonna get what is called a sucker punch. That means it's gonna be like touch me, like it's gonna bite you. But if it has his head down and it's looking down, it's not looking up from the corner of the eyes, that means that bird really wants you to scratch its head. But you can start by the toes, the feet, then the beak, then the feet, the chest, the beak, the cheeks, and then the back of the head. So that's pretty much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how was my reading. Hopefully you guys understood what I was reading. Next time we're gonna cover another article. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to call 813-598-1207. We can ship all over the United States. We have African greys, Amazons, Indian ringnecks, macaws, toucans, eclectus parrots, mini macaws, pretty much everything. Lovebirds, cockatiels. And we also have a program for wholesale for pet stores. So if you own a pet store, you can call us and get a wholesale order. That's all for this video, guys. Happy Sunday. See you guys on the week on the store. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And visit TampaLovebirds.com. I am Brydell, and see you guys in the next video.